Hi, we're talking Saints Spring Musical, and I'm here with cast member and the director. And the play is Little Shop of Horrors, and it starts on Thursday and runs through on Saturday. Well, let's get things started. Give your names and titles across the board.
Hi, I'm Jamie Francis, and I am the director.
Hi, I'm Matt Teal, and I play Mr. Mushnick.
Hi, I'm Deanna Mock, and I play Ronette.
Hi, I'm Luis Rivera, and I play Seymour Krillborn.
All right. So, guys, let's start with Jamie. Now, you have started directing your first direct at the college. Was actually regular play I Hate Shakespeare, correct?
Mm-hmm, that is correct.
How did you guys come up with this play for Little Hot Shop of Horrors?
So I was talking to the music director, and she had asked if I would be willing to direct again, and of course I said yes. And so she gave me some options, but I wasn't really feeling them. So I was thinking back to what I have already been in and experienced in high school, and what I've loved, and what's been great going on stage for like a department that's like restarting. And so Little Shop of Horrors is one of those musicals that I just love, and I thought it fit those categories.
Okay, Luis, have you done any plays, especially over at the college?
At the college, not really. My first production here at the college was last semester with Jamie at I Hate Shakespeare, but I was in every production I could back in high school, and I just continued my passion here at the college.
Okay, Deanna?
Being with Jamie was actually my first semester being in the I Hate Shakespeare. Other than that, I haven't done any plays.
Okay, and Matt is someone who everyone should
This
know.
is my first experience with theater ever. No, I've been doing theater since I was in high school, and then with the college here on and off over the last 25 years. So, yeah, I love it. It's great.
Now, Matt, you're pretty much a veteran, as just sort of said. Now, you've done both musical and in regular plays. Talk a little bit about the differences between the two.
They are completely different beasts. A play, you have a lot of character work to work on, it's all character driven. You have to learn your lines, and you have to know your character backwards and forwards. With a musical, there is that, but you also have the musical aspect to help develop the character and help make the character. And so it adds a new layer to it, putting the musical on it, but it also makes it a little easier for the character development, in my opinion.
Deanna and Luis, what about you? You guys did the straight plays last year. How does is it more difficult for you in terms of the singing, the musical, following the steps? Start with you, Deanna.
So the difference for me for the play is because I had multiple roles, so it was easier with just straight lines. Now with having one person, just being one person in the musical, I have to learn choreography, I have to learn everything. It's a fast pace, so it's easy. I like it.
Luis?
For me, a musical is harder because I feel like I do a character very well. Like I can get into the mind of my character and learn my lines pretty quickly. But music, that's something I have to properly think about. So I can't zone out and just be my character on stage, or else it'll go crazy. But I mean, they're both difficult in their own way. But for me, musicals are just wild.
Talk a little bit about this play. Are you familiar with the play? It's sort of a hybrid kind of comedy, horror, musical. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I knew about it beforehand, and I didn't know the story super well, but I knew what it was about, and I knew I really wanted to be in it, and I wanted to be Seymour. But like, the story is so, how do I say it in a respectful way? It's weird. It's really weird. It's supposed to be super funny, and it is super funny, but at moments it's super serious and sad, and there's romance, death. It's a weird show, but it's got that kind of charm to it.
Yeah.
Well, I actually heard about it like years ago. I had a friend that auditioned for it back in Arizona, and she got the lead. And like I was like hoping for the same thing, but at the same time I'm like I don't like doing any of the stuff on for the leads. But yeah, just same thing as it's just different.
Okay. And Matt and Jamie.
Uh,
Now, you're familiar with. Now, where's your first familiarity with? Is it the play or is it the movie?
The movie musical with Rick Moranis. I have been in love with this show since I was a very small child, and the fact that I finally get to be a part of it is really exciting for me.
Jamie?
So my first introduction to it was when I was in high school when we did it. When I first moved here back in 2008, 2009, it was the first musical I was ever a part of.
And so, were you familiar with the movie as well?
After that, so I did the musical first,
Okay.
and then our choir director was obsessed with it, so he showed it in class.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
So talk about your characters and how you sort of get into it with Matt.
My character is Mr. Mushnick. I run a, don't want to say failing business on Skid Row, but it's pretty much a failing flower business on Skid Row, and we're basically trying to keep the doors open with everything we can, and finally an idea comes via Seymour.
Okay. Deanna, you're a Ronette, which means that you actually play with with two other characters, correct?
Right.
Okay. And how's that?
So I'm actually the leader of the group. We're the urchin group, and we're just all sassy and like. Besides being bums on the street, we're just we're kind of worthless. We're just there for the show. So, but yeah, we have fun with it for the most part.
She says worthless, but they're really
You call us worthless ragamuffins.
Yes, but you are really the omniscient storytellers of
Yeah, we kind of
show.
run the show while the show is running.
Sort of like the narrator almost.
Yeah.
Like
sort of
the
the
traditional
chorus,
Greek
Greek
chorus. The
Yeah.
Greek
Right.
chorus, the muses, they are the...
We start the show and we end the show.
All right, Luis, how does it feel? You wanted to be Seymour, and now you are.
Well, I don't. It was great finally being able to be Seymour, and Seymour's like a young, not a kid, but a young adult, like similar in age to me, and he's just a dorky kid that wants to do the right thing, but constantly messes up. Like he works for Mr. Mushnick, and he's constantly dropping stuff, breaking things, and he's constantly getting yelled at, and he's like hopelessly in love with his coworker, and he's just an absolute dork. And I love being able to play that kind of charming character, especially with the events that happen to him throughout the show. It's just it's a blast being able to do that, because I feel like even though Seymour is the main character, he's not like he stumbles upon everything that he does. Everything he did is not a calculated plan. It's just like, oh crap, I'm doing it, and he makes his way through the show that way.
And how do you find your inspiration for him?
I think I look inward, because I feel like I'm pretty nerdy myself, so I just allow myself to be nervous. I just allow myself to feel the moment. That's how I get that inspiration. I mean, I also look at the movie. I didn't grow up with it or anything, but no, that's not a shot.
Yeah.
But I look at the movie, I look at other productions, and I see how others interpret the character, and I see how it aligns with me in my life, and I can just see myself within the lines.
Okay. Now, Jamie, in terms of the play in a musical, how more difficult is it to direct either or? Do you have a preference?
I don't think I have a preference between like which one I like doing more. Like Matt said, they're difficult in their own ways. The play definitely does have less layers. Like instead, I'm just looking at the character development and the movement within that. But in this, I've also been the choreographer and the set designer, which I guess I was a set designer before for the last one too. But having like it's more moving parts that you have to put together to drive the story and make sure that it's cohesive. So I think the musical has definitely been more difficult.
So tell us a little bit about the actual play over there, and what can the audience expect?
So the audience can expect laughter. Like I see the same thing every single night, and I laugh every single night. You can expect some shocking things to happen, like a little bit of a thrill, maybe some sadness. And so like the story starts off with this guy running a plant shop that's failing on Skid Row. And they bring in this plant and they have to do things to get the plant going, and so
Now,
and
what-
it helps bring in business.
Now, a lot of thing is that while we have a great cast here, I think that it's probably almost obvious to a certain extent that maybe the star of the show is the plant, actually. I think that
Yeah.
people will
Yeah.
be
Yes.
actually pretty exciting, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, and it's been so fun watching those puppets come to life.
Mhm.
Like our puppeteer is excellent. The voice, like they're starting to click in, and so it's just becoming magical.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the where they can get to play, when is it, and all about it.
So it opens on Thursday and runs through Saturday. The doors open at 7. The show starts at 7:30. You can get the tickets through Gen Player in our Humanities building.
Okay.
$10 a pop.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, I'm sure that we're going to have an absolute phenomenal turnout and a phenomenal time and performance at the play. We really appreciate you guys coming out and giving us a little bit of your time and giving your perspective of the play. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Come see the show.